Yo, this is very unfortunate, man. I feel bad about TK. At the same time, I don't. So TK ain't coming home. He ain't no way he's coming home. So TK was sentenced to 55 years in prison back in 2016 for capital murder. Capital murder is a big deal. And that was yesterday or today? Or yesterday or today. He went to court for a second trial, another murder case. Luckily, he was not found guilty for the capital murder, but he was still found guilty for a murder. So he's facing an additional of 5 to 99 years. He already has 55 years, like already locked in. On top of that, now they're trying to add another 5 to 99. I'm like, bruh, ain't coming home. It doesn't matter if they gave him 5. I think at this point he doesn't even care no more. He's like, bruh, I'm only doing 55. I'll be getting out by the time I'm like 80. So if you guys give me another 5 or 10 or 30, do you think people make it all the way up to 80 in jail? Most of the time, nah, unless like you went in when you were like 70, or let's say you were like 85, or let's say like 75, right? And you're only doing 5 years, maybe. But if when you were young, I think it's like 20. Let me check, right? How old is TK? Right? Bro is only 24. So he has been incarcerated for the past 9 years since 2016. So he went to jail when he was like, 24? Bro, he was like, what, a teenager? Lordy, he gonna be there for a long time. So he's getting out. So wait, 24, he went there in 2016. We're in 2025. That's 9 years ago. He went there when he was 15? Is that even accurate? He went to jail when he was 15? He basically never lived his life. He wasted his life. And he's gonna get out by the time he's like, how old again? So 55 years, he already did like 9, let's just say roughly 45. 45 is gonna be 69, 70. And plus the new charge, the new sentence, 79, 80. So, bruh, he's not coming home. At this point, like, the judge should just be like, you know what, we're just gonna keep the 55 for now. Forget about the new charges or the new sentence, because, bro, this is crazy. He wasted his life for dumb shit. So let me see. Let me play this.
Well, if you're just joining us now, we do know that the jury in the Tamar McIntyre case has reached a verdict. Of course, we told you earlier that it was a not guilty verdict as far as the capital murder goes,
yep.
But it was a guilty verdict for the murder.
And so our Erica Hernandez covering this fully, this trial from beginning to end. Erica, you were there. Tell us first, though, before you detail what it was like in that courtroom. A lot of people don't know the differences between capital murder and murder. They're two different charges.
Yeah, that's correct, Courtney. That capital murder charge would have been an automatic life sentence. But now that it's guilty on murder, now things change up. So that range of punishment changes now from 5 to 99 years of life in prison. But there is a possibility of parole. So there's a lot that the jury can consider. Now, going back to that moment when that verdict was read, we did hear an outburst from McIntyre's family that was sitting behind him. That could be heard during as we were live streaming that verdict.
Well, if you're just joining us now,
let me continue.
That the judge had told them to be escorted out. She had made it very clear at the beginning there were to be no outbursts. So they were glad that that verdict was not guilty on capital murder, but he still has not gotten away with this fully. It is a murder charge, so he is facing, like I said, that wider range of punishment now. So we're now going into what is called the punishment phase. The jury will then have to now listen to more evidence. We're probably going to hear that rap video be entered in at this point, because now they can discuss his record in Tarrant County and him being on the run after this incident and the incident in Tarrant County took place. So a lot can be talked about during the punishment phase, which is expected to begin this afternoon at 2 o'clock. And I'm not sure if Michelle, our producer, can tell me, do we have video of when that verdict was read? If so, we're going to play that for you right now.
So it says, we the jury find the defendant Tamar McIntyre not guilty of the offense of capital murder
The judge had told them to be
as charged in the indictment. We the jury find the defendant Tamar McIntyre guilty of the lesser included offense of murder.
Wow.
So that was the verdict being read again. The punishment phase will begin this afternoon at 2. Of course, we are live streaming, so you can watch live on all our digital platforms. Stephanie, Courtney?
All right, thank you so much.
All right, we are on the record in 2019 CR 12495 State versus Tamar McIntyre. Can I have parties announced for the record, please?
Jason Garrett and Megan Galloway for State, Your Honor. John Hunter, Thomas Lang for Mr. McIntyre, Your Honor.
All right, it's the court's understanding from the deputy that a verdict has been reached in this case. This is what I'm going to tell all the parties who are present in this courtroom. There's not to be any outbursts. If there's an outburst, what's going to end up happening is a deputy is going to tap you on the shoulder. There's no need to get into a conversation with the deputy. That tap on the shoulder is meaning that you are to leave this courtroom, and you will only be allowed back in this courtroom if you're going to be a witness. Does everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone who cannot do that? So, both parties for the state and the defense, if you need to talk to members who are current. All right, we are currently in court that are. So it says, is this your verdict?
Yes.
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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen now is I'm going to allow you all to have your recess for lunch, and then we'll begin the second phase of the trial. All right?
Yeah. Bro is done. He ain't coming back home, man. This is super sad, man. I'm like, yo. At this point, man, like I said, man, 5 years still a lot. 10 years, whatever he gets, is still a lot. He already got, he has 55 already. That's good enough. He's not even phased about what they say, or guilty or murder. Like, and why do you even do this shit for? Why, though? Why? To get what? And I think the girlfriend testified. Let me see if I can find it. Bro, that was some crazy work, man. Take it, girl. Take his girlfriend. Let me see, testifying. Bro, and you in jail? You still doing those shit? Like, bro, these people are just like some. I don't know if it's some demonic shit got into them and makes them do shit like that, because like you in prison already and you still showing like you still doing like gesture, like what they call it again, gun gesture. Bro, you're already incarcerated. Like, you're not a real gangster. You are not. Like, you messed up your life already. And your girlfriend, let me see if I can find the video here. Bro looks old already. He's 24. He looks like he's already hitting like 50. Jesus. Jail doesn't play with nobody, man. This is a place I would never wish that to. I'll never wish that to anybody. So this is his girlfriend testify against him. Okay.
A woman accused of being the getaway driver took the stand today in the capital murder trial of Tamar McIntyre.
He's also known as Texas rapper Tay K47. He's accused of shooting and killing photographer Mark Saldivar back in 2017 outside of a Northside Chick-fil-A.
Let me say this, man. People are saying free take it, but listen, them victims, they have families, they have loved ones, so they still hurt from their loved ones passing away. From this guy killing them for no freaking reason. No reason at all. So to me, if you ask me, yeah, he deserves it. He deserves to be in jail. He did it. Regardless if he was young, he wasn't thinking clearly. I'm sorry. You got people killed. That's a big deal. Think about it, man. People say like, oh, free take it. Yo, just like sometimes we say things because it didn't happen to us directly. Just imagine if that was somebody that you love, your loved one, or your parents, or your cousin, your uncle, someone super close to you. Will you still be saying free take it? No. So when people say free when somebody really kills somebody, bro, that's some bullshit, man. You only say that if you know for a fact that he's innocent. If you know he did it, why you gonna say free? Because he didn't do that to your loved ones, bro. Let me continue, man.
Erica Hernandez reports that today's witness gave the jury a play-by-play of what she says happened on April 23rd of 2017.
TK opened the door and shot him.
Joanna Reyes, in tears and in her own words, described to jurors how a day that started as a planned photo shoot turned deadly. Reyes says at the time Tamar McIntyre referred to her as his girlfriend and had asked for help in finding a photographer. She knew Mark Saldivar through Instagram and reached out to him for his help. She picked him up along with McIntyre and his friends Jalen Bell and Jeremiah Rodriguez, all in the same car. Saldivar asked if he could reschedule and if they could give him a ride to North Star Mall, which she agreed. But then she says everything took a turn.
We hit the light at McCullough, and Tamar took out his gun and pointed it at Mark and asked for his bag. Mark refused to give him the bag, so they all started hitting him.
She explained that after Saldivar was pushed out of the car, he then got on the hood and that McIntyre pointed the gun at her and demanded her to get him off the car, and when she couldn't,
he opened the door and leaned out on one leg.
They then drove away, and she said at one point Bell congratulated McIntyre for the murder.
Wow.
Applaud him. And
wow.
And they high-fived each other. And Jalen said he caught your first body.
But this is another thing, man, for the young kids, man. You have to be careful who you're surrounding yourself with. Sometimes it might be the influence of your friends. You know, they push you to do some dumb shit and you end up in jail. You end up messing up your life, and they're not going to help you, though. So you got to be careful who you calling your friend, who you going to be messing with, like, because he plays a lot into your life. And if anything, this woman should be arrested too, because she was the driver. She knew what was going on, although she didn't commit the crime, but she was the getaway driver. So I'm like, okay, I think she's crying because I don't think she's crying because she's emotional. I might be wrong, right? I'm just speaking out loud. Maybe she's crying because she feels like I was a part of it. I want people to feel sorry for me. I want people to have sympathy for me. So let me cry so I don't look like the villain here. So that's what I think. But let me continue, man. It's almost done here.
Reyes says she was in fear to reach out to police after the shooting because she says McIntyre threatened to kill her and her family. As for the backpack with Saldivar's thing,
okay, that might be the case.
And McIntyre took off with it. Reyes was offered a plea deal in exchange for her testimony for 10 years probation on the lesser charge of tampering with evidence, which the defense says is a big reason why she said what she said on the stand today.
Okay.
Testimony is expected to resume tomorrow. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, it makes sense now. It makes sense. Okay, so she got a plea deal. Okay. Wow, she's lucky, man. She got a plea deal. Okay, now it makes sense. So I think let me check. They should release how long the verdict, the sentence. I mean, not the verdict, but the sentence. It should be take a murder sentence. Murder sentence. Sorry. Sentence. I think they have it somewhere. So we already know the 2016, he got 55 years. Okay, what about the one that happened today? Murder sentence for 2025. I don't see it. They said they should release it today. I don't see it. Let me see.
More now on what's next for Tamar McIntyre now that he's been convicted of first-degree murder. The jury stopped short of capital murder, so he's no longer facing life in prison. He now could be sentenced to anywhere from 5 to 99 years.
Bro, you're not facing life in prison, but you already got 55 years. You're doing 55. So now you're going to do 5 to 9, but you get a parole. It's not guaranteed. Let's say they give the list. You got 5. So total, you're going to do 60. Bro, how much is life in prison? Life in prison doesn't mean like you're not coming out. But bro, 60, you're 24, you're going to be out by the time you're 70, what? 74? That's worthless. By the time you get out 84, bro, how long do you think you're going to live again? Another 2, 5, 10 years if you get lucky? and you're gonna be in a nursing home, going back to the nursing home again. And where is even getting all this money to hire those lawyers, man? Yeah, man, you gotta be careful, man. Bro is done. At this point, man, I don't think it's coming up. You know what I mean? He's not gonna redeem himself from this one. It's completely over. Unless like he get a parole or pardon from Trump or something happen, yes. But if he has to go, but the funny thing is, like, most people like that, right? People get a parole or people like get they reduce the sentence, they get out early, super early. For the most part, if they didn't like change themselves or they didn't like repent, they might go back to jail again quick. It's gonna take them a few years, they'll go back again for the same dumb shit because they never learned from their mistakes. So, man, at this point we're gonna wait and see, but I don't see how he gonna like survive. And I was thinking about it, so I'm like, maybe if he was outside, he'd probably be dead by now. Dead ass. Because the amount of like things that he's done and the amount of enemies that he has, if he was not incarcerated, I think he'd probably be dead by now because he was just wild. He'd probably be dead ass. But you never know. You never know. I'm just assuming. You never know. But anyhow, man, that's all I had to say about this. I'll catch you next time. Peace out, family. Peace out, family. I'm out.